everyone, welcome to Amala Movements. I'm Charlotte. Today I will be guiding us through a flow to open up the hips and heart. This is a warming and dynamic practice, but can we continue to find and hold the space for us to soften and tune in? Let's get started. So before we get moving, I just wanted to say that my hay fever has suddenly kicked in. So I may be a little bit sniffly. Apologies for any sniffles, but I really wanted to have a wriggle and get moving with you today. So I'll do my best to keep the sniffles quiet. We are going to be starting in child's pose. So take your time to come on down to the ground, bringing your big toes together. Allow yourself to take up this space, knees nice and wide, and then slowly start to sink in. Keeping the fingertips active today, so palms lifted, raised from the floor, opening out through the shoulders, and then we soften, and then we surrender, and then we let go. We'll start with a breath. Take an inhale. And a big, loving exhale. Great. Let's slowly start to rock the head from side to side. So be gentle here. Keep it a soft and slow movement. Stay up on the fingertips, but just gently start to look left and right. Massaging out the forehead, massaging the brow, the third eye. And then we can start allowing the hips to get involved. So as you bump the hips to the right, you look to the left. Bumping the hips to the left, you look right. Hips to the right, looking left. Hips to the left, you look right. And find your own timing with this today. Find your own timing with this today. Just continue to bring the breath. Let's take one more inhale. And on an exhale, we soften, plant the palms, press up onto all fours. Take a moment to square the hips. Bring the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Keeping the toes tucked today. On an inhale, drop the belly, rolling the shoulders in towards the back, shining the heart forwards. And exhale, rounding the spine, looking in between the legs. One more, bring the breath, inhale, shine the heart forwards. And exhale, bringing it back. Good, finding tabletop, inhale. Exhale, hips up and back to find downward facing dog. Good, big breath in. And on a big breath out, open your mouth, sighing it away, letting it go. Take any movements of the head and neck that feel good here, perhaps pedaling out through the legs. This is your practice, take what you need. And let's bump both hips towards the right hand side, and there's the option here to come up onto your left fingertips. Breathe deep, big breath in, big full body stretch. And then come back to center. Take a moment and we rock to the left. You can come up onto your right fingertips if that feels nice. Keep the breath soft. Come back to center. On an inhale, ground down through the left leg. Inhale, sweep the right toes up high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, rock forward, squeezing the right knee all the way up towards the right armpit. You've got this. Breathe here, one more inhale. Exhale, sweeping the right leg up high. Good. Bending the right knee, flexing at the right foot and squeezing that right heel in towards your bottom. We'll take 3 circles of the right leg. Going one way. Ground down through both hands evenly. Good. And the other way. Easy in the head and neck. Good. Step the right foot all the way up in between the hands. Bending the left knee. Sliding that leg back if you like. Roll the shoulders in towards the back. Catch a wave on an inhale. Sweep both arms up high. And exhale, sink deeper into the right leg. Good. Big breath in. On an exhale, send both hips back. And we're going to try this transition. It's a tricky one, so it might be wobbly. Sending both hips back as you slowly reach your fingertips to the earth. Good. Breathe here. You've got this. And it's okay if you fall. It's always okay if you fall. Good. Inhale. Look forwards. Exhale. Rock forwards. Back into our low lunge. Bring the right hand to the right side of your mat. And inhale, sweep the left fingertips up high. Big full body stretch. Looking towards your soft left fingers. Exhale, bring it back down. Tucking the left toes, inhale, float that left knee away from the earth. And starting to turn the whole body to face the left side of your mat. So here, stay bent in your right knee, and you've got your right toes pointing towards the top right diagonal, and your left toes pointing towards the top left diagonal. Inhale, fingertips planting on the floor, long spine. And exhale, melting down into our Skandasana, our side lunge. And there are a couple of points I really want to highlight here. The first is our left knee. We don't want it to be rolling in any way. So keep that left heel active, pressing into the floor, and your left knee up towards the sky. And it's okay if your right heel comes away from the mat. You can stay with your fingertips on the floor. Find length in your spine. And if you want to go there today, you can bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Take a breath. Exhale, plant the fingertips. Press up through your right heel, straighten both legs, turn the toes to face the side edge of your mat. Padottanasana, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, wherever you are, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, find a soft bend in your knees, take a forward fold. Have a gentle nod of your head as if you're saying yes. And a shake of your head as if you're saying no. Having a slight micro bend in the knees. And if your hands reach the floor, we can start walking the hands back so that the palms of the hands are in line with the heels of the feet. Good, one more breath. Exhale, what can you let go of? Wherever you are, find a flat back, come up onto your fingertips, big breath in. Exhale, turn towards your left foot, facing the back edge of your mat, low lunge. Your right knee stays lifted, inhale, bring your hands together, resting just for a moment at your third eye. Exhale, plant the palms, then the left leg back, downward dog. Take a moment, do what you need to do. Pedaling out through the backs of the legs. Having a gentle, soft wriggle of the head and of the neck. And we'll repeat our flow to the other side, grounding down through the right heel. Inhale, sweep your left leg up high, three-legged dog. Catch a wave, inhale. Exhale, we rock forward. Left knee squeezing up towards your left armpit. One more breath. Keep it soft. Big breath in. Create space. Exhale, three-legged dog. Bending the left knee, flexing the left foot, thinking about squeezing your left heel towards your bum. We'll take 3 circles of the knee and of the hip in one direction. And circling that left knee in the other direction. Good. Inhale. Step all the way up in between your hands. Lower your right knee towards the floor. Settle in. Create space. Sweep both arms up high. Inhale. Exhale, melting into your low lunge. Keep your shoulders soft. Your heart soft. Let's play with our transition. Big breath in. On an exhale, send both hips back, flexing through the left foot, working slowly, moving mindfully, bringing your fingertips to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, allow the head to melt down towards the toes. Have a micro bend in your left knee for one more breath. Exhale, look forwards, roll forwards. Bring the left hand to the outside edge of your mat. Right fingertips float up towards the sky. Keep the head, the neck, the shoulders soft. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Tucking the right toes if they aren't tucked already. Floating that right knee away. Turning to face the side edge of your mat and just setting yourself up. Take some time, checking that the toes are pointing on a diagonal. Maybe you stay here, and this is great. Maybe this is really working for you today. Bring the breath. Create and hold space. And if you want to go there, we can start bending the left knee and notice that flexing of the right foot. It's okay if your left heel comes off the floor. In fact, I encourage it today so that we can find a lengthening through the spine. Active right leg. I'm not sitting and dropping and hanging down. I'm engaging, feeling my right hamstring strong and supporting me. Pressing my right heel in towards the floor, and if I want to go there, floating the palms of the hands up and away, finding Anjali Mudra. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, lifting the hips up. Padottanasana, wide forward fold. Toes pointing forwards now. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold it down. If you're familiar with our Ujjayi breathing, I invite you to find that power, bring that breath in your practice. Feel the heat, enjoy that energy in the body. If your elbows are bending, working towards parallel elbows, so like the arms are train tracks, following the same line. Good. Inhale, lifting, lengthening, create space. Exhale, turning yourself around, bending the right knee, low lunge, straightening the left knee. You can keep the left heel away. Inhale, floating the arms up. Have a moment with the thumbs resting at the third eye. Exhale, plant the palms. Send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Lowering the knees to the floor. Bringing them together. Brushing the palms along the mat and folding down. Finding child's pose. And whatever just happened for you during that flow, whatever just happened, whether it felt fiery, whether it felt wobbly, whether you felt giggly, whatever was there, whatever came up, we can acknowledge it, we can accept it, and then let it go. Drop back into the present moment, into the right now. Allow your heart space to soften. And let's slowly roll up through the spine. Plant the palms, help yourself out. Bring it all the way back up. Come onto your bum. Legs out in front of you. Plant the palms behind you with your fingertips pointing towards your bottom. Roll your shoulders in towards the back and lift and open up through the chest. This is so great for opening up the heart space. We'll breathe here just for one more inhale. And on an exhale, ease off of the wrists. So turn the fingertips to face the back edge of your mat. Plant down through your left foot. Inhale, straighten that right leg, flexing the toes, bending the knee, and crossing the ankle on top of the knee. So this is where we're going to be. And I encourage you to really listen to your body. If it's too much, you can come down onto your elbows and work here, but really thinking about opening up through the chest rather than collapsing down. If you would like a deeper stretch, you can lift up your hips and send them closer towards your heel. And you can even turn the hands in to find that deeper stretch, that deeper opening through the shoulders, the elbows and the wrists. Wherever you are, just flexing your right toes. Good. Find one more breath. And if you've moved your pelvis in, ease off. Give yourself more space. So this is a funky transition. We're going to squeeze our right knee in towards our chest. Stay lifted through the heart space. Interlace your fingers under the right knee. And moving with control, this is the aim is to keep the control. We're going to roll back. Keep squeezing that right knee in towards your chest until we land quietly on the floor. When you get there, extend your left leg out long. Bring your hands on top of that right knee, top of the right shin, and soften and wiggle into your right hip. So both feet are flexed. Good, let's ease off. Interlace the hands behind that right knee. Good, squeeze the right knee in towards the tummy. Take an inhale, flexing the right foot. And on an exhale, you're going to squeeze the right foot as far as you can up towards the sky. And then inhale, release. Bring the knee towards your belly. Exhale, squeeze the right foot as far as you can up towards the sky. You might be a bit shaky. That's okay. Inhale, release. One more time. Exhale, squeezing the right leg up towards the sky. Inhale, release. Let it go. Bring both knees in towards your tummy. Cross at the ankles, holding the outside of the feet. And rock and roll yourself all the way up to seated. Try out that little sequence on the other side. So starting with your fingertips, pointing in towards your bottom, lifting up through the chest. Close the eyes and settle in. Good. Turning the fingertips to point the back edge of your mat. Lengthening the left leg. Open the chest, bending the knee. Finding a lovely glute stretch. So, of course, Feel free to come down onto your elbows. Just try and keeping that heart space open. For a deeper stretch, you can lift the pelvis up and draw it closer in towards the heels. And of course, check in with your wrists as well. Wherever you are, take one more breath. If you've scooted your pelvis in, scoot it out. Bring the left leg in and interlace your fingers behind the left knee. So we're going to try that funky transition again. If it went hilariously wrong before, that's okay. We'll try it again now. It's a hard one, but it's fun. So we're thinking about squeezing our left knee in towards our belly, trying to keep the control as we roll it all the way down. And our head softly relaxes in towards the earth behind us. When you get here, straightening the right leg out long, interlacing your fingers over the left shin and having a wiggle. So we are starting to slow it down. You can close the eyes. Send your attention to the back of the head. Let it melt down into the earth. And now changing our grip, so bringing our hands behind the knee. Flex the foot. Inhale, squeeze the left knee in towards the belly. Trying to keep this contact. Exhale, stretching, lengthening up towards the sky. Embrace that shake. Let it go. Inhale, squeeze the left knee in towards the tummy. Trying to keep that contact. Exhale, stretching and lengthening away. Good, last time. Inhale, bring it in towards the belly. And it's okay if you're further away. Work with where you're at today. Exhale, releasing. Good. Letting that go. And we'll finish with a happy baby. Bring both knees in towards your belly. Open them out towards the side. The arms come on the inside of the knees, catching hold of your shins, ankles, or the outside edges of the feet. Soften into your happy baby, opening up through the hips. If a wiggle from side to side feels really good, you can bring that in. Thinking about the back of your head softening down into the mat behind you and your tailbone lengthening away. So there's that activation in the pelvis of lengthening that tailbone away. We're just here for one more breath. Can you hold the space to breathe and feel and breathe and feel? Good, let it all go. Bring the knees in. Bringing the feet to the floor. And lengthening. One leg out long, the other leg out long. Arms can come to rest wherever feels comfortable, perhaps by your side or for a bit more grounding, hands down on your belly. Just allow yourself to let go. And letting go isn't about doing. You can't think, I'm going to do letting go now. So it's perhaps a little easier or a little harder than that, depending at which way you look at it. But letting go means letting go of any and all control you have. Trust, surrender. Just allow your breath to continue drifting, flowing freely and softly in and out. Your whole body dropping, surrendering, and letting go. And know that you can stay here for as long as time allows. And when you're ready to start arriving back, you can twinkle the tips of the fingers and the tops of the toes. Bring the palms of the hands together and resting the thumbs at the third eye. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up, for giving yourself this time in your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.